All right. Good morning. So we're doing our conditioning class today. We're going to start on the floor and we're going to go basically to some of the basics in terms of before we actually start toning the muscles, we want to stretch them. So we're going to start, and again, remember that some of the most important things are to stay comfortable, not do anything that feels that has pain, give you pain, or makes you feel uncomfortable, and you can adjust at any point anything. So you can take notes of any exercises that we do today that might not feel good for you, so you can actually ask for notifications whenever you see me next. Okay? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start an easy pose, lengthening, and just relaxing, small contraction. I'll do it 2 more times. Inhale up. Change the arms, and then contract. One more time, all the way up. Lengthening the spine, and then exhale. Just going to do 3 more times. I'm going to change my position so you can see differences. So right now I'm just completely relaxed, sitting. The moment that I go with my arms up, I actually activate pelvic floor all the way up. Change. Up. Exhale. Up. Exhale. So a simple exercise like that is helping you. And the moment that you actually go up, you're working on your glutes, your abs, your obliques. In here, I'm also working on the side of the body, arm lengthening, right? And just by bringing your arms up, you're also working on fine gravity. So this alone is already like a workout, all right? So from here, I'm gonna go a little bit forward and then back, working on my abs, glutes, arms, lower back. And I'm also opening the pelvis. So if you need to adjust, remember, you can do the same here, but if you do this, then be sure that you change the leg. And I go ahead and do a twist, actually, before we do anything else. Small twist. Keep the spine straight. Feel that spiral. Come back in, all the way up. Small twist. And back to center. Again, going all the way up, a little twist, and then bring it back to center. We're going to do one more time, all the way up. Small twist. Keeping the back straight. Lift to bring it back up. Lift to bring it back up. Relax the head forward. And then shoulders back, head back. Knees forward, shoulders back. One more, forward, shoulders back. Very simple. To the side, I'm using my hand for support. Other side, hand for support. When I go forward, both of my hands forward. Relax the head. Push to bring your torso back. Head to one side, to the other. Nice and gentle, hands clasp, and then bring it forward. Open chest and center. Open chest and center. We'll do it a few more times. Opening chest. Opening. And opening. Inhale and exhale. From here, open the arms to the side, forward, up, side, forward. Push, 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 and push, center, and push a little bit with a little isolation of your ribs, fingers in front, and then rotate. And 4, reverse it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Arms go open and open and open and open. And from here, bring the arms all the way up. And then a little curve. And then relax down. Arms straight. Little curve. Opening the chest. Down one more time. Feeling the difference between the parallel arms and the rounded arms. And I'm gonna open the body a little bit more. Going to one side, nice and easy, just push. So you wanna feel the lengthening on the opposite side at the same time that you're opening. I'm opening to my left, foot my right is engaged. And my belly is also engaged and my core is engaged. Kind of taking it into a basic stretching, kind of getting in touch with all of those muscles from the little ones to the big ones. Push. Sometimes you can feel, like I just did, my spine decompressing, which is great. So you're creating more space between your vertebrae. And that way you actually have more of a range of motion. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Because every time that you do it, you can actually go a little bit deeper. So I start with my hand on the floor, but I feel okay now with going to my forearm. Remember to engage your core. I'm gonna go ahead, flex the foot, point. Then I'm gonna go and towards my leg and flex. And if you can and want to, relax your head forward. Go ahead to a point, change. Start with my hand. I go to my forearm, not pushing it, and I am keeping my hip on the floor. Engage that core. Lift. Oh, flex. Point. And in here, flex it. And slowly come back up. Let's do our butterfly. Opening the hips, but I'm also not sitting, right? I'm actively working on my core, engaging my glutes. So here you have different choices. I'm going to give you different choices and then you can repeat and do as many times, whichever you prefer. So one is going on the flat back. So I keep the head on the spine and just bring the torso forward. That's one. I'm going to change the angle so you can see it. So flat back. Center. Keep it head on the spine, flat back. And center. The other one is relaxing the head all the way forward. Relaxing, looking forward. One more time. Working on the parallel position. I'm going to bring the feet right in front of you, parallel, so everything is aligned. Hands are nice and strong. And I'm just going to go to one side, stretching the back. Working with the glutes. Another spiral. If this gives you discomfort, do not do it. It's supposed to help with sciatica, but everyone is different. And my hands, remember, your hands are very engaged, so you could actually lift yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little bit deeper by looking away. And using your breath. So inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale, and center. In here, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my legs in front, flex them, body straight, arms up. Now we point and go towards my feet. Relax. And go back up. You can always bend your knees if that is too much. The whole idea is to in here, right? Whenever you're pointing, you're kind of going towards it, but you can always bend your knees. Do it one more time. Flexing, lengthening. Feel you're sitting on your sit bones, and then I'm going to extend, point. Keeping the flat back until the last moment. And then coming back up. Lengthening one side of the body. And lift. You can bend, remember that. Extend, point. And notice that I'm actually helping to one side. So I'm using my hands to actually help me. I'm just going to relax into it. Pulling up. One more time. Butterfly. I'm going to contract. So I'm going to working on my abs. So going all the way back. Sometimes whenever we actually do some of the contractions, we basically do not go as far back, but I want you guys to actually go as far back as you can and keep controlling it. So we go. And then lengthen. One more. And lengthen. Okay. So I'm going to take a moment break and then I'll see you back here. Okay, so simple ways to actually work on your arms, limb system, and your core even. So you can just bring your arms point, facing up, and then forward. Then I'm going to go down, and this is really good also just for the brain. So one of the things that I want everyone to actually pay attention during this class today, your fingers and how they really are extensions of your arms, chest, heart, and everything connects right in the middle, right? So a lot of the times we work just to our wrists. So be sure that you're engaging all of that, and range of motion, if we can pass the wall up, up, all the way back. And then I'm gonna reverse it. Again, this is just for like awareness and consciousness. I'm working with the half of the body. The arms all the way up and then down. So there is a series of exercises that we're gonna do standing at some point, but right now, just basically want you guys to bring your arms up and then down. 2 more times, up and down. 1 more, up and down. Now, bring one arm, this is my right, in front of the other. You're gonna open the chest and down. Change the brain up and down, up. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Last one, and keep changing for brain up and then down. All right, your neck. So we're just gonna go to one side, lengthening, connecting, shoulders are relaxed. Center, other side. So I'm actively kind of pushing my right shoulder down and down. So the other thing that is very important is that you do not compromise one part of the body because of the other. So do not go here. Does that make sense? You always want to go lengthen and then stretch. Lengthen and then stretch. And I'm going to look a little bit back. And then center. Shoulders rotation. And then reverse it. I'm going forward and back a little bit, and forward, little contractions and back, forward and back, forward and back. I'm going to change my leg and do it one more time. So you're working on creating a lot of space on your lower back, and then you're working on your ribs, and I'm working also on squeezing my abs. So I'm also giving a little bit of a workout to my abs. A few more. One last one. And center. Here, simple, which is what I love the most. You're gonna actually crawl and then release. Crawl, you can do it in different ways. You can actually go do it here. Forearms. I actually choose to do that again. Forearms. So sometimes we don't think about the importance of, again, lengthening and stretching simple things of our forearms, right? So then our wrists get compromised. And also using the hands as, feet, as like we can actually be sure that there's energy on your hands. So again, it doesn't go into here. So we're working as one. So we want to make everything nice and strong. So this exercise, right, is super simple, and you can decide how much you want to call it. Same, right? And then you will find that there's a lot of different cultures that also do kind of the same idea, like flamenco, Bharatanatyam, right? So it's like that whole idea of keeping the fingers engaged, keeping the wrist engaged. But I'm also here working my forearms and my arms and everything. So, you more? All right. So from here, I'm gonna go to the side and just do little circles. Again, don't sit, be active. I start counting, so I don't know. And reverse it. And from here, push. All right, and relax for a moment. I'm gonna get some more hot water. Be back. All right, I'm back. So simple things that we can do, like I said, right? Arms, that difference between the parallel and the open, and then there's also the, I don't know, I call it like the bird arms, right? The part, that whole A thing, right? Again, working with different parts of the body. So we're gonna work here on our parallel. We're just gonna open and then extend. I'm actually letting my chest to go a little bit forward, but I am keeping my ribs in place and engaging my core, okay? So from the parallel, open, and then exaggerate and center. Open, exaggerate, and center. Just one more, open, exaggerate, and center. I'm gonna open and hug. Open and hug. Contraction. Open and hug, contract. Open. And then I'm going to do the same thing, contracting right in front. Up, contract. Up, contract. And open. I'm going to do the same thing, giving you a different perspective. So I'm going to hug. Contraction. Open, hug. Contraction. Open, hug. Contraction. Up, contract. And relax. All right. So I need to open my hips a little bit more. So I'm just going to go forward. Remember that you can adjust this at any point. So I'm going to keep my flat back. The other side. So this helps opening the hips, right? Okay. So from your butterfly, you can use your hands and then you're going to push right in front. Be sure that you're sitting nice and tall on your sit bones, and you're going to point and flex and point and flex and point and flex and point and flex and point. And from here, I'm going to go bring one leg in and then extend back down, in and down, in and down, and down. And I'm cheating a little bit because it doesn't go nice and smoothly. It's okay. Just do whatever you need to do in order to just bring that inner thigh kind of working on nice and easy, okay? I'm gonna go back into my butterfly and I'm gonna nice and easy open to an easy second. It can be whatever second you want. Let's open. If you are not very flexible, what I want you to do is to bring your hands in front of you and like pull something. Okay, so put with the hands down if you can. So you're gonna tilt to open the hips a little bit. You can bend the knees, okay? The whole idea is to actually work on the rotation of your hips. Why is that important? Not just for dancers, right? But also in general, the more mobility you have in your body, the better you're gonna feel, the stronger you're gonna feel, the healthier you're gonna be. So the more mobility you have, things just flow from, oxygen, blood. So you prevent stagnation, right? So you want to open as much as you can. If you're more flexible, then just take it to whatever position feels good. Pull, and again, if you're flexible and feel good today, because we're always different, and it feels good, you can take it all the way to the floor. And I use my hands to actually help me come back up. A variation for that. So I give you one variation in which you just tilt, right? Another variation is to do one leg at a time. So I like personally to actually go towards the leg a little bit and then walk it forward. And then slowly rolling up. Last thing to come up, your head is heavy and it will put a lot of stress on your lower back. So again, variation. And notice I'm not forcing to go all the way down. I'm just whatever feels good. Head is relaxed. And then I walk it. And then I push it up. Right. So few things. This is also another good one to open the hip. You can do a traditional pigeon, or you can just go here with me. So this is called a triangle position. Right? And all I'm gonna do is actually go forward. So you can do it here, or you can do it here. But right now I'm actually still working on my triangle, so it's not as open. So I'm gonna do both. First with the leg extended, just going forward a little bit. You can choose to be neutral, point, or flex. Like that. So I'm gonna call this triangle position open. So it's like open, it's not the traditional triangle from Horton. And now I'm gonna take it triangle position. Normal, and what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna lift my pelvis again. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it, right? So I'm just gonna push a little bit, just a tiny bit, and then down. When I'm doing that, I'm engaging, right, my core. I bring in the belly to the back. And down. And I'm starting small, nice and steady wins the race, right? So. And down. So in that position, you're working your arms, your hands, your wrists, your forearms, your your shoulders. You're also working on your glutes, hips, core, basically everything. I'm going to do it one more time. And I want you guys to pay attention to all the different things that you actually work on. Again, if this is all you have today and it's just staying here, that's fine, okay? If you want to go a little bit higher, that's fine, but just remember that you have to tuck in first, belly to the spine and up, so you protect your lower back. And I always also try to keep a little bit up bent of my elbows, so be sure that you do not go into your hyper extension, okay? Okay. Bring it a little bit higher, that's fine, but it's just because. There you go. And be sure that you're engaging your glutes. Change it. All right, and from here, choose a position that you want to be in and just give yourself a nice hug. Relax the head forward. Bring attention to which arm is on top and then push away. Another hug, change the arm that is on top. And push away. Right. Go to one side. To the other. Right and flat. Flex it. Point on top. Pull it back. Just to your tummy. One more break, and then we'll be back. Okay, so a few more things that I want you guys to do that are super, super important, and I would like for you guys to make it part of your routine. So thing number one, every day, lift your arms, pay attention, work on your parallel, work on your opening, and if you can, also kind of that difference of arm. I'm just gonna do one more time, parallel to that hug, and then invert. If you can, it can be bent. Also, arms rotations. And reverse it. Working on the side. So side ladder to a little flat back. Working on contractions, spinal flexes, which I absolutely love. Again, for your back, your abs. I'm exaggerating, letting my ribs actually go a little bit further, but my shoulders are still aligned. Little side, waking up your abs, your core, your lower back. And this one you can let it go as far as you wish. Okay. Small. Bigger. Legs in front of you. Step pose on top of the leg. So all I'm doing is a little review of what we just did. Side stretches. Side stretch, also working on my foundation. Stretch. We did this already, I'm just going through it. We'll work on our tilt, right? And our open triangle position. So for this one, just be sure that your toes are kind of touching the inside part of your knee. You can go forward on this one. You can also go to the leg that is extended, and you can also go to the leg that is bent. If you do that one, then on this one, do a contraction. And then come back up. So do that. Little variation, forward, towards the leg, twist, twist and contract. back to center, traditional figure 4. You can stay there to open the pelvis. If you need to adjust this, feel free to do so. Okay. And then we have our figure 4 lifting the hips. Very little. Just a tiny bit. Engage the glutes. I need to do it 3 times to the other side. Again, I'm not going very big today. All right? All right. So the other thing that I like to do every single day, and that is super important, is the bridges. I'm going to show them to you. And it's one of the things that I really want to check and be sure that we're doing them correctly, because most people do not. So going into your back. First, we're going to do a few figure 4s. So for the figure 4, I personally like to kind of keep my hands on my hips to be sure that I don't cheat and do this. Okay, so you want to keep it on the floor, and then sometimes I bring my other hand to open the leg that is crossing. Some people love to bring the leg full up. I don't necessarily actually love it. I feel it too much on my knee. But I'm showing it to you in case you want to do it. Notice that I get it into my figure 4 first. Then I bring it in. See, on this side, it feels good. And then I send it back down. And then. Okay, so I think we did bridges the last time. So most important thing, foundation, feet are nice and parallel. Most people think that their hips are wider than they are, and they will actually bring their legs kind of way too wide. So I'm gonna do it this way. So most people work either way too wide, which is not centered, or way too close, which again, it's actually harder for your lower back. So be sure that you're in parallel position. And then push the floor with your feet so your pelvis go up. And I'm just gonna go a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Arms go by your side, but because I want you guys to see my torso, I'm gonna lift them. Okay, push. Hold. And down. So it's like a little contraction that happened. So you can take it slow, like so, like this. Also work on your thighs. Or you can take it as a contraction here. And I'm still squeezing. If you know what you're doing and it feels good, then you can go ahead and go a little bit higher. And then lower. I'm gonna do one more. And one leg towards you. Extend. You can turn it up. Bring it back to parallel. Then come back to you. This is all about bringing awareness and consciousness into your movement and into your body. So right now we're kind of playing with the different ideas of different muscles, like kinesthetically, right? It's like, how is this connected? And then how that affects, and then are my toes also connected? And then I'm gonna flex and see all the different muscles that actually get activated by that action. And then I'm gonna point and I'm gonna turn it out. And I'm gonna flex again. And in here, I'm gonna plie and push, 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 point. I'm gonna bring it into a parallel, back down. I'm being very nice and gentle today. Again, more than anything else, bringing those connections together. How one thing affects the other, and we don't sometimes even think about it. Flex it. The power of the flex. And then point, turn it out, creating space. Flex, yeah. And push, 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 push. Toes, up, bend, and down. Bring both legs towards you. And extend. Contract. And extend. And contract. And extend. From here, I'm going to go into my fetal position for a moment. And I'm going to extend. I'm going one side to fetal position. And extend. One side in fetal position. And extend. Then I go to my belly. Reach up. And down. Up. And down. And up. And down. And usually I basically just go into my back. So I'm just going to give you my back for a second. No, I'm not. I'm going to change sides. But what I do, my transition is basically, I go then from there into the other side. Okay? So, fetal position. I keep knowing that I'm going to knock this out, right? So. Okay, let's do it. From fetal position to that extension. Woo! It looks super simple, but it's not. You actually have to kind of engage your whole body. If it doesn't feel good, we don't do it. You can also just adjust and put your hand. So at least you're getting the lengthening of the body, right? And then to your belly. Arms to the side to go into your child's pose or puppy. I'm going to pose to my table. I'm going to do a few cat cows in here, looking up, and then in, and then up, and then in, and then up, and then in, and then up, and then. From here, I'm going to bring the legs, actually my hands forward, go into a little plank, into a little triangle or up dog, bring in the heels, stretching, going metatarso, and lower. Bring the leg up, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down, 4, and opposite arm, Opposite arm. Same arm, same leg. Push yourself all the way again to your child's pose. Come back to sitting. From here, we're just gonna do one last thing. So you're gonna go to one side, stretching. Going back, one side stretch. I'm gonna have my arm. Have my arm. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Go back in here. Shoulders back. From here, bring the arms all the way up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, kind of just like we began. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. All right, so that was a little bit of dance conditioning for you. It's conditioning, right? It's like we do a little bit of Pilates, we do a little bit of dance, we do a little bit of yoga, we do a little bit of everything. So stay well, be good. Give me a second so I can finish class. Right, so that was basically a good way to kind of start coming back into our bodies, warming up, paying attention to the details, right? From our hands to our back of the neck. Are we sitting, not paying attention to our core? Are we actually working on our glutes? Are we extending our legs completely? So kind of body awareness is one of the things that I want you guys to think about today in today's class, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to just record today so I can go into the details. But please, please, please go over and let me know if you have any questions, if anything was challenging, so I can also be sure to give you adjustments. And I will see you guys at the studio on Thursday. I will say, try to get there earlier than 11. So you can figure out parking and permits and wristbands and all those things. And then I will see you. All right.